Hotel History is created for adult audiences. Content may not be suitable for all listeners. Discretion is advised. You're listening to Hotel History. We take you with us through the sordid history and scandals of some of the world's most famous and infamous hotels. I'm Dieta.
And I'm Yael. Let's get started.
It's Christmas!
Happy holidays!
Happy holidays!
Welcome back to our holiday special episode.
We are taking you to the best Christmastime hotels in New York City.
Because nothing beats Christmas in New York. I don't care what anyone says. New York Christmas is the best.
I've heard it's great. I've seen a lot of videos lately of people being like, please stop coming to New York. There's too many of you.
Yeah, you would think the cold would deter people because it gets really cold, but it doesn't. And it's nice. So a couple things you can do in New York during this season is the tree lighting in Rockefeller Center, which already happened, but still go and check it out. And then the beautiful seasonal windows on Fifth Avenue. So the whole thing is like you can also in Macy's that people spend the whole year designing and decorating the windows, and they're like insane.
Yeah.
Like they all have themes. Like some of them have like talking animal thingies. Okay, not real animals, obviously.
One of my favorite episodes of Will and Grace is when Grace gets to design a Christmas window, and she's so excited, and
it's
Jack
really hard.
tries to do it.
It's really hard to get that job, and they spend like a ridiculous amount of time doing it, but it's so fun. It's like the best time because me and my mom would go and be like, oh my God, what did they do this year? And there's like a whole line. And then there's free ice skating in Bryant Park.
That looks great.
And you can just go if you have your own ice skates or rent. And then there's ice skating in like 1,000 other places. Bryant Park is pretty busy, but it's also cold. Oh, and then there's like the pop-up shops near Bryant Park for Christmas, like the holiday shops. It's just really nice. Like there's lights and like there's vibes and singing and music and people like doing the whole Salvation Army bell thingy.
Yeah. I mean, I think New York really is like top 5 places to go at Christmas in the world. Because I mean, you've got London, you've got Paris, you've got the Christmas markets in Germany, and besides that, New York is it.
You don't really hear about that as much, or maybe it's just New York overhyped.
Maybe.
Yeah, but where else would it be like very Christmassy?
Jerusalem, I guess.
But also, wouldn't Italy be doing it well?
True. Yes.
I can't imagine.
And under the Tuscan sun, it did look like they had some nice Christmas stuff going on.
They probably have like really.
Yeah. And honestly, South America probably does Christmas right. Because they do everything right.
All right. But let's be honest. We need snow.
Yeah.
And it's summer there.
Well, if you go far enough south in South America, you will get snow.
That's true. Australia, like I'm sure it's fun and they have their traditions. But when you think of like a classic, I'm sure every American thinks of Home Alone.
Yeah.
Is it just me?
No, absolutely.
Okay.
We all, at least those are our age too. Yeah.
So you want, and it has to do, with New York, but it has to be snowing. There has to be lights. There has to be Santa.
Yeah.
I mean, without those things, how is it?
There's a reason that Kevin McAllister did not want to go to Florida for Christmas in Home Alone 2.
Oh, was that the plot?
Yeah, they were all going to Florida, and he was like, there's no snow.
Okay, now I forgot about that part.
Although, I guess if you're going to Disney World for Christmas, that's different because then they just make their own snow.
Oh, they're probably really intense with Christmas.
Yeah.
But you know how I feel about Disney.
Yeah. But Disney World aside.
Yeah. So New York is the best for Christmas. And some of the things that make it great isn't just like the stores, but the hotels. Because the hotels go all out. And I think this is universal. I think around the holidays, hotels are like, we got to one-up each other. And the trees get bigger. and the decorations get like glitterier.
Yeah.
Glitterier.
Because honestly, if there's anything that makes amazing architecture better, it's Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really brings out whatever they've got going on.
Yeah. And it smells nice because there's so much trees and mistletoe and like just
all of this baking spices in the air. Yes. So we have picked out 5 of our favorite New York hotels at Christmas time to tell you about. Of course, there are more. Of course, there are. But we didn't want this episode to be as long as all of our other episodes because we talk so much.
So we're going to start with the Plaza because we already covered it. So we don't need to, if you listen, the backstory of the Plaza. But it's also, to me, the quintessential Christmas hotel.
Absolutely. When you say Christmas in New York, Plaza.
Yeah.
That's what comes to mind first thing.
Everyone trying to relive Home Alone in a limo.
Tim Curry. I mean, it's got.
You go into the lobby. They have their huge ass tree, fake presents, and it's a great shopping area. If their shops are open at this point, I don't remember because last time it was closed. But they have the Plaza has a Christmas dinner. You have to like reserve in advance, and it is insane. They made a little documentary about it. I saw it on a plane. I was like, this looks amazing, and they work really hard, and like it looks delicious. Wow, they really, really do everything. And I think they have events, right?
Yeah. Usually in late November, they're going to have their Plaza Christmas tree lighting where you can enjoy champagne from the champagne bar while listening to music. And they also will have like a Christmas menu at their restaurants with glazed ham and bread pudding and all of that kind of stuff. And then I think that they also have Santa come, right, for the kids?
I think at some point, yeah. They had a lot of places get Santa. Santa's in business.
Yeah, he's got a very busy December. And then, of course, they also have like the Home Alone package that you can do,
Yeah,
right?
they do that. They do have that. You can like rent the Home Alone suite and have and they can set up like the Christmas tree and I think even like help you buy presents.
Yeah. And they'll also
insane.
have you'll get to take a limousine ride around New York to see all the different landmarks that are in the film.
You serious?
Yeah, like you can see the Empire State Building, Carnegie Hall, Central Park, and then of course they give you a large cheese pizza to enjoy on the limousine ride.
How much does that cost? $1 trillion.
I was afraid to look.
Yeah, I
didn't want to crush the dream.
Yeah. That's insane. That actually sounds like an epic Christmas. And my favorite book, which you bought me for my birthday, was Eloise at Christmastime. And it's the cutest little like story about her and Christmas. I forgot what it's about, but it's just her like making trouble with Santa.
Yeah.
and in the Plaza, and it's done really well. I was telling you, like, I always felt guilty that I couldn't buy that book because it was about Christmas and I'm Jewish and I'm like, I can't have a Christmas book. I don't know why. Like, it haunted me for so long. I can't own this. It's Goyish. It needs to be about Hanukkah. Like, what? I got over it, though. Also, the Plaza is in a really great location because you can start off from the Plaza, go to the bathroom, and then walk and look at all the windows on Fifth Avenue. That's a good day. So this brings us to the Pierre in New York, obviously. But I think there's a lot of Pierres. Like if you Google it, a lot will pop up. There's some names out there like the Plaza, the Pierre. And if you say it in the wrong country, you'd be talking about a totally different hotel. The Pierre is located on East 61st Street. It's in the intersection of Fifth Avenue in Manhattan, New York, facing Central Park. Okay.
But I'm so glad that you know the locations of these places because I know nothing about the geography of New York.
Yeah. So it's like, can I just say, Central Park is like the heart of New York, and the closer you are to the park, the richer you are. Like it's,
that makes
you want to
sense.
be close to the park. Everything is about Central Park. And I
Yeah.
mean that like largely,
Yeah.
not just Manhattan. Brooklyn, are you close to Manhattan, which is close to the park? Queens, are you close to Manhattan, which is close to the park? Like everything's about the park because the park is huge. It's a huge, huge park. The Pierre is very close to the Plaza. It's a few blocks away. It's beautiful, very expensive luxury hotel. It's been around since the 1930s. It opened in 1930, and it was designed by Schultz and Weaver. It was designated a historic landmark in 1981, as it should, as
Yeah.
all these hotels should.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful, and one of the main rooms that the Pierre is known for is the rotunda. It's on the ground
Ooh.
level,
Anytime something has a rotunda, you know it's good.
right? It has curved walls and a grandiose mural. It's painted by Edward Melcarth in 1976. Wow, that's actually not, I thought that'd be,
Yeah.
that's pretty
so
recent. Yeah. It looks like the room was plucked straight from a Rococo fairy tale setting. And you can find it online. We'll also post about it. But it's really intricate. And then it was renovated by Daniel Romadels, and they included a bar and snacks and tea. So you can, there's a lot you can do in the Pierre. They don't have a spa, but like you're not going to the Pierre to go to the spa. It's pretty elaborate when Christmas comes around. They also have a tree. They have a dinner. They have live music. They have a lot of events that happen in the Pierre during the season. The guy who started and made the Pierre, his name was Charles Pierre Casalasco. Did I say that right?
Yeah, I think you did.
Wow, that's a first. I think he was from France, and he started out as a busboy. He worked his way up in restaurants. He ended up working for a very well-known restaurant. He learned how to cook in Paris, and he ended up going to London and all these places, came to New York, worked in that famous restaurant, and then went to work at the Ritz-Carlton. He then left and opened his own restaurant, but he wasn't satisfied. And listen to the reason why. At the height of his success, he was dissatisfied with the increasing democratization of public manners. I think he just didn't like how the world was becoming more casual. No one was fancy enough. And he sold his restaurant, entered a joint venture with a group of Wall Street financiers, and opened the Pierre Hotel.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna need a reason to open a luxury hotel, then that's, I guess, the best.
Yeah,
one of the best ones I've heard.
or at least that's what it said. I mean, I'm sure there are more reasons than he was just like,
not just because he was a snob.
the Americans, they're so rude. I don't know what accent that was, but
It's not French.
it was not French.
No.
No, what's a French accent?
The Americans.
The Americans. I can't do French. But the point is, he didn't like our shorts and flip-flops. And he was like, you know what we need to do? We need a fancy French hotel. Yeah, so that's the story of the Pierre. Oh, and I also want to mention that, remember the chef at the Savoy, Auguste Escoffier?
Yeah.
He was a guest chef at the Pierre.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Was that before or after his time at the Savoy, I wonder?
I think during or after. It said he just served as a guest chef in the Pierre's early years, so I'm assuming 1930s.
Oh, okay, so after his
So after,
time with
yeah.
the Savoy, after he left in disgrace.
Oh, okay. So he went to go scam a different hotel.
Yeah,
That's what the story is.
exactly.
Yeah. So they have like Christmas Eve dinner that you can go and buy, get a reservation there, and they have Christmas Day. They also include New Year's Eve dinner, and they have a lot of like events and parties and live music. It's really nice. It's beautiful. Even if you just want to go in and, you know,
Just
explore and
just gaze upon Christmas.
they have something the following day after New Year's Eve called NYC Hangover Brunch Monday. They know their audience.
Yes.
Good job, Pierre.
That's great.
Yeah.
Next up is the St. Regis, located on Fifth Avenue in the heart of Midtown Manhattan. This hotel is especially famous because of its founder. In the mid-1830s, Caroline Astor basically created the high society social scene that New York became known for during the Gilded Age. She would invite her friends and acquaintances and artists and thinkers and influencers of the time to all kinds of teas and galas and other types of events. And basically, she created this social scene that everyone wanted in on, and invitations to all of her events were highly sought after. And then her son, John Jacob Astor IV, founded the St. Regis Hotel, which the New York Times called, quote, the finest hotel in America. And he wanted the hotel to be not only luxurious as part of this amazing Gilded Age, but he also wanted it to be technologically advanced. So he insisted that every single room have a telephone.
What about running water?
I know, I was going to say, but did he do what Richard Cart,
Yeah.
Richard D'Oyly Cart did?
Savoy level of high tech. Also, this might have been like later.
No, this was it didn't open until 1905. So I want to know how many bathrooms it had with running water.
Yeah. Did it have electricity?
Did it have ascending rooms? Even to this day, the St. Regis really tries to live up to this expectation of the society scene that the Astors set. But unfortunately, John Jacob Astor actually died on the Titanic.
No way.
Yeah.
Is that mentioned in the movie?
Probably, actually.
It probably is.
I'm sure it is. I haven't watched the movie in a really long time because I don't like to cry.
Yeah.
But
oh my God. Well, the St. Regis is like synonymous with luxury. Like, I'm going to say it, the St. Regis. Like,
for good reason. I can see why. Yeah, I didn't know that the Astors had founded it. So at Christmas time, the St. Regis is a sight to see. Nutcrackers flank either side of its entrance, and of course it's covered in garlands and ornaments, and the banisters and walls are all decked out and wrapped. But they also usually host a ton of really cool activities. So this year they actually started something new that they're calling the House of Celebration, which I feel like is definitely a nod to Caroline Astor. But at all of their different locations around the world, they're having different Christmas events. So there's lots of cool things to do at whatever St. Regis you may go to.
yeah. How many are there?
I'm not sure, but I know there's some, like there's one in Aspen, there's one in Washington, D.C., there are some internationally. So there's quite a few.
Oh, okay.
So the Astors were known to host very lavish celebrations during the holidays. So that's why St. Regis is trying to do it upright, basically, at this time of the year.
They have a reputation to
yes,
uphold.
exactly.
I suppose also like the amount of money you're spending.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything comes back to that. I'm sorry.
So at the St. Regis, New York, they will have bespoke holiday-themed suites that you can stay in, of course, with decorations and fully trimmed trees. And then in the Astor Court, they also serve a holiday brunch and holiday afternoon tea throughout the month of December. And then every year they also host a gingerbread workshop for kids to learn how to make gingerbread houses with their chef. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Isn't that so cute?
That, yeah.
I know. I hope they put photos up of that because that sounds adorable.
Aspen also sounds like a nice place for Christmas.
It does. I think they have like a big tree lighting at their one in Aspen.
Yeah.
It sounds really nice.
They have a lot of trees there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you. Thank you for that.
That's what I add the real insights here.
Dazzling commentary. On Christmas Day, you can dine at the Astor Court for brunch, or you can also have a Christmas dinner that evening. And of course, on New Year's Eve, they will have a Gilded Age New Year's celebration. And on New Year's Day, they have a Bloody Mary brunch in the Astor Court.
So everyone else, like people,
yeah,
the hangover brunch.
Yeah,
they just the Pierre got the title right there.
Exactly,
the name is appropriate. So the St. Regis, yeah, that sounds. I don't think I've ever been inside. I can't remember, but I've passed it multiple times. Our next hotel is one of my favorite hotels. It's the Carlyle. It's also on the Upper East Side of New York, and just a little bit. I'm not. I don't want to get too in detail with this because I really love it. But it opened in 1930. The hotel was designed by Dorothy Draper. It was designed in the Art Deco style and
Ooh, I
was
love
named after Scottish essayist Thomas Carlyle. It had, I think it started, or it's currently now, 190 rental rooms and suites and 60 privately owned residences.
Oh.
So, like the Plaza and many hotels, I think there's apartments as well as hotel rooms. The Carlyle was built by Moses Ginsberg, maternal grandfather of Rona Jaffe, and it was designed by architects Sylvian Bien and Harry M. Prince. It opened as an apartment hotel, and I think as of right now, the apartments cost up to $1 million a year. So the Carlyle was known as a famous gathering place for socialites, world leaders, and celebrities. And a well-known illustrator, Ludwig Bellemans. I'm going to mess up the name.
Bimmelman?
Bemmelmans? Is it Bellmans or Bemmelmans?
Well,
we
it
don't know
looks
how
like Bimmelmans, but
we don't know how it's pronounced, but I'm sure some people just say Bellmans. So he actually, Ludwig Bellmans began to create his masterpiece murals at the hotel bar, and the hotel bar is named after him. It's the Bellmans Bar, or Bemmelmans Bar, depending on how you pronounce it. He was a very successful artist, and he drew for the New Yorker, Vogue, and Town and Country, and he achieved enormous success with the Madeline children's books, which we both love. And so when you go into the bar, it has the original wallpaper that he painted this mural. I don't know if it's a wallpaper or the mural is actually like it's on the wall, but it's really, really cute. He has very distinct style. And instead of getting paid by the hotel, he decided to exchange his work for 1.5 years of accommodations for him and his family.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. The actual mural of his paintings is very whimsical, and it's just of like his little like rabbits and creatures, at Central Park, because, that's the main event, and ice skating and all that stuff. It's really nice.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Madeline connection existed until we started preparing for this one. That was really exciting.
Well, I should mention that I knew that because when I watched Anthony Bourdain's episode about New York on his show The Layover, and he goes to the bar and he mentions that, I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Then I kept that in mind, and I went to the bar and I'm like, I love this place already. But then I started spewing all these things about the Carlyle and the Plaza to someone, and that's when they're like, you know a lot about hotels, maybe you should do a podcast. So the Carlyle was one of the reasons also.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's really well known. I think there's a documentary about the Carlyle, but they also do Christmas. They have, I believe, caroling. They have people caroling there.
Oh,
live
nice.
music.
Yeah.
Christmas dinner. They have holiday tea in the gallery. They have the Yuletide Carolers. That's what I want to say. The Yuletide Carolers at the Carlyle, where I guess they have people come and carol, which I'm not sure if that's as fun as it sounds.
Well, if they're good, it's probably fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they have good ones.
It's not like a junior high choir singing songs.
Yeah. And then you can actually celebrate Christmas in the hotel, and you have a menu, and it's all that Christmassy food. And then they also have a New Year's at the Carlyle. They do a lot of, I think all the restaurants and all the hotels have a very similar schedule of
yeah.
Just depends where you want to go. But if you want to go and you want to see pretty Christmas trees, decorations, Christmas music in a historic place, pick any one of these hotels, and you'll have a good time.
No expense spared on this Christmas. last we have the Peninsula. I really think that they might take the cake for how many Christmas-related things they've got going on. So, of course, they are decked out to the nines. And, oh, by the way, this hotel is located on the corner of 5th Avenue and 55th Street.
Fifth Avenue.
Midtown Manhattan. So the Peninsula first opened in 1905, but back then it was named the Gotham Hotel. So cool. Why? Why did it have to change?
Oh my God, the Gotham is so much better than the
Yes.
Peninsula.
It was built in the Italian Renaissance Revival style. So, the architecture is on point. But it went through several name changes. It didn't become the Peninsula until 1989. But it's holding strong since then. The hotel, of course, goes all out with hundreds of feet of garland, ornaments, lights, multiple trees, poinsettias, winter flowers. They have 2 reindeer statues that jut out over the street. And the roof bar gets a makeover to make it look like a Swiss chalet.
Oh, nice. I only been to the main lobby and it's stunning. I don't even know if it was during Christmas time, but
it always kicks off its festivities in late November with their yearly tree lighting celebration in Salon de Ning, where you can have cocktails, canapes, and carols, of course. And they also have Victorian carolers singing live on their Grand Lobby staircase on Fridays and Saturdays throughout December and also on Christmas Day. Ooh. They have a sweet shop that opens daily where you can mix and match a bag of sweet treats with surprise visits from the Pin Bear.
Who is that?
I guess the Peninsula has a mascot called the Pin Bear. I wonder if it's maybe a polar bear, something to be wintry, festive. They also have a festive traditional afternoon tea enhanced with festive flavors and a gourmet selection of treats. And actually every afternoon tea includes a donation to the New York Children's Center.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, they have a couple of different things that they'll donate money, a portion to the New York Children's Center. So that's excellent. And then on Christmas Eve, of course, they're going to have something. You can have a 4-course dinner. And the carolers will also be on hand there in case you didn't get enough caroling yet. And there will also be a visit from Santa Claus. And then on Christmas Day, you can go there for a feast with a buffet in the Clement restaurant. The carolers will be on hand. Another visit from Santa. And then, of course, New Year's Eve, they're going to have a dinner and rooftop party. So they're going to have a Winter Wonderland theme at their Salon de Ning. And then lighted dance floors, live music, all that kind of good stuff. Hors d'oeuvres, specialty cocktails.
I think they might have every single thing mentioned from the other hotels, but even more.
But yeah, they're really over the top.
The Peninsula is big. I think it's
yeah, it is. It's like a huge
bigger.
C shape. Yeah.
So they have the room.
Yeah, they have room to do stuff. And then they also offer some really cool packages if you're going to stay there. I think this one is really cute. They team up with the famous toy store, FAO Schwartz, where guests can actually stay in their holiday-themed grand suite, and it will be filled with FAO Schwartz's most popular toys for the season. $500 worth of gifts to select on a private toy shopping event, and then other experiences that go along with it. Then they also have a Holly Jolly package, where you can have VIP holiday experiences around New York, and the Peninsula will, of course, take care of all of the details for you. You can go on a tour of all of the decorative window displays and have drinks at the Clement bar or the rooftop bar and all that kind of stuff. And then their Nights Before Christmas package is really, if you were a kid, this would be amazing. So children on the nice list will be rewarded with an in-room candy cane scavenger hunt, gingerbread cookie decorating kit, of course, gifts from FAO Schwartz, and then exclusive access to the Peninsula sweet shop.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
I'll be nice just for that.
Please.
I know. Why is that just for kids? Can we find alcohol instead of candy?
There you go.
Out of all the hotels, which one are you like, I want to check out?
You know, of course I want to see them all. I really want to see, like, the Peninsula sounds like they have some really cool stuff going on. So I want to hear their carolers. I want to check out this sweet shop. But also I really want to see the St. Regis just because of the Astors and the Gilded Age and all of that history there.
It's I've never actually been inside. I don't remember what the building looks like.
And I don't want it to sound like I only want to go see the ones that was my job to research.
Kind of sounds like it. I mean, here's the thing. I've been in the Plaza, obviously. I've been in the Pierre for like a second. I would go back again because I don't think I did like a full tour. And then I've been in the Carlyle. I would go to the Carlyle again. Oh, and I've been in the Peninsula. I would go to the St. Regis because I've never been in it.
Okay, fair. Yeah. I really would like to go to the Carlyle as well because of the Madeline connection.
Yeah.
And also, I love Art Deco. So
It's really cute. It's a very, very cute hotel. It's really doesn't feel that big. I don't know if I'm just crazy, but like the Plaza has a very big entrance. It takes up like a large part of the block. The Carlyle is like small.
Yeah.
It's like in between buildings.
Well, that's great because then it's got that like intimate boutique feel.
Yeah, it definitely has that. Oh, the Peninsula, what I wanted to say about the outside is beautiful. It looks European.
Yeah.
So it's a different vibe. And then it's like bigger on the inside.
So my question for the listeners is, if we were to do a full-length episode on any of these hotels, besides the Plaza, been there, done that, which one would you want to hear more about their history in depth?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I know which one, but I don't count. But we'll do a few. I mean, New York has so many great hotels. It's hard.
Yeah, it's so hard. Like, we could do our whole podcast could just be about New York hotels. So we have to like pick one. Okay, now do some other places. Okay, back to New York. Okay, do some other places.
And if anyone has a suggestion of a hotel that does like Christmas, that has like a special Christmas theme or holiday theme, let us know because we can mention. That'd be interesting. Obviously, we don't know all the hotels in the entire world.
Yeah.
That celebrate Christmas and holidays and stuff. But I know there has to be something out there that does something crazy.
We wish everyone happy holidays and happy New Year. Thanks for listening to Hotel History. You can follow us on most social media platforms, Patreon, and Substack by searching for Hotel History or Hotel History Podcast. If you like what you hear, please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify so we can reach more listeners.